Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana. Today we're going to be doing leaf number 23, 24, I think it's 23. We're going to go with 23. But I wanted to show you, she's Shivani Creations video that we're following along with. She is using a quilling comb today. And I have one, but I also had this board right here on my desk, the husking board, so I thought I would show you how to do it with that, because she's going to show you how to do it with the comb. So let's get started real quick. So as I've been doing, I am going to use my slotted pin here from my husking board, and I'm just going to get my loop started, and then I'm going to add some glue just to make that loop stay. Now she rolled hers a couple of times, probably just to give it a fuller look. So instead of wrapping it once I've got the pin in the board, I'm just going to do it right here while it's in my hand. And I've gone ahead and put my pegs in, and I've just done a straight line. And let's see, I've got 6 on each side. I don't remember how many loops she did. I do have more pins. I could go out one more spot on each side, but I'm not going to. So how do we want to do this? Let me think. Yeah, this is the way it'll work, I think. So we're going to come back. Okay, so nope, I went one too far over. I want to go around that one and back around that one. Yeah, so you're just going to go to the right, depending on if you're on the left or the right side of the board. We're using the left side of the board here. We're going to go left is going to be inside and then outside of the pin. Then on the right side of the board, we're going to go inside and outside of the pin that we're wrapping. And you're just going to keep going back and forth all the way to the end. And just try to keep it all nice and flush with the board. Now I am going to need another piece of green. So, oh, my glue's had a little eruption there. Okay, so I'm just going to stick these two together before I put any pressure on it. I'm going to make sure it's that the glue's holding. Put my pen back in there. All right, so we're just going to keep, like I said, going down and around each pin. So you go up through the inside toward the part that you've already quilled, or quilled, and back down and around, and inside and out. So you're just going inside the pin and then out and around it, and inside the pin and out and around it. And that took 2 strips for me of the dark green. So I'm just going to glue the end. Actually, I'm just going to, well, I'll put a little glue on the end, and then I'm going to put a little glue in the middle. And I'm just going to pinch it. So while that's drying, I'm going to grab one more strip of green, because I only, oh, looky, I bent my pen. Yeah, it's seen better days. Might be time for a new one. All right, well, while I'm grabbing a new pen, I'm going to grab another green strip. Oh, that one's a lot looser anyway. It's a smaller pen, so hopefully that will work. So before I even get started on this next one, I'm just going to go ahead and glue these two strips together, since I know I will need both. There we go. Put that pen back in there. Maybe. I am not left-handed, and I don't see out of my left eye. Oh, got it. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out these center ones. That way I know how far out it was going. Okay, so see already it's kind of coming apart. So I'll just pull it off like that. There we go. Tweezers are here. I'm just going to kind of make sure it's level. Now she did add a bit of glue here like this, so I will add a little bit right in between my tweezers there, and hopefully that'll just keep those loops from slipping out of their position. Give that a second to dry, and actually while that's drying we'll go ahead and do our other one. So I'm going to load my pen again, my slotted pen, which if you remember me telling you is a slightly different color than the rest of them, just to make it a little bit easier to spot when you pull out that tray and you're faced with all those pens or pegs, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so I wrapped it once, and I'm going to roll it a couple times just to give it a nice firm center. And I'll add a little bit more glue, maybe a little bit more than that. Okay. So I'm going to put our pen in here, push our little start of a coil to the bottom. So you can either go ahead and put your pins in first, or you can, like I did in the previous one, or you can add them as you go, whatever's easier for you. This is not one that it's particularly hard to keep track of the pins per se. And it does make it a little bit easier to get through the pins when you don't have them all in there already. Just kind of keep pushing it to keep it flush with the top of the board. almost there. Oops. I actually want to do that first. And this one. And back around. And so now we can glue our strip in place. Our little flap. Here we go. So I'm just trying to kind of keep everything flush. There we go. So, oh, looky what happened. I wasn't careful enough. Well, let that be a warning to you. Now that's what happens when they're not glued. Now that doesn't mean you can't fix it. You can. Since you've already got all the bends in there, it's just kind of like folding up an accordion. Take it off of our pin there. Alright, so let me find my tweezers. Oh, they were holding this other one glued. Yep. And I'm going to try to get that where I think it goes. About to lose it again. Now you can add glue as you're going around these, but what will happen is it will get really tight there, just like in the last leaf we did, and you won't be able to maybe make that flex as much as you'd like. So we'll put a little glue on there. Put our pins away. Do it that way. Okay. Oh, I missed one. All right, so what we're going to do now, this was the first one we did, and she kind of pinched it. I might have made these too big. We'll see. That one doesn't want to stick. So I'm just going to put a little bit under that initial coil there and hold it down. So, oh, still didn't stick. Well, I'm going to get really good at putting the pin in and out of this bottle. Let's do another little bit right there. And hold it. Actually, let's hold it like that. So I think this is going to end up making a really big leaf, because then she kind of curved them. Oh, it's still coming apart. Goodness gracious. Okay, so you might want to glue this. I mean, she clearly did not have this much trouble with hers. but as you can see, it's being a little difficult with me. And this is the paper, not the cardstock, so it's just not wanting to hold. So yeah, this would be quite a big leaf. I'm going to get some of that dry glue out of the way. I'm going to kind of hold these in place, maybe. Put them right on that line, see if that helps. So then I guess you would glue those tops together, like so. There we go. Okay. I wonder if that might be a little easier to see with I use a white piece here. So we'll do the same thing on the other end. So we're just going to take and pinch it. And then we're going to put some glue there to hold it. All right. So now we're going to need a coil for the inside, and I am not sure, but I think we're going to need at least 2 pieces. So let's go ahead and glue these together. Sometimes I wish I was magic. I could just wiggle my nose or cross my arms or wave my wand, and my projects or my tasks would be done. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to grab the quilling tool for this one. Load that into the slot. What is it? I feel like it's gotten bent somehow. There we go. And we're just going to roll. I feel like I'm going to need, we'll let it uncoil and then we'll see. It's going to need to be kind of big. So let's pick this one here. I don't think it'll uncoil that much, but maybe. Okay, so, oops, see, yeah, trying to get this to uncoil just a little bit more. I want to keep that center in the center. As much as possible. This is just a dry fit. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's really big. You could have even, I could have even made a bigger coil. but let's go ahead and glue it in. So I think I'll just put a little glue in here and hope I hit all the right spots. And then we'll slide this back down in there. Keeping those eyes lined up. Just give it a little pinch, help that glue set. So then I think I might get kind of creative. Let's see here. So it's kind of like our S shape. It's just a bigger leaf. Oops. So that did mess up my eye in the center a little bit, but yeah. So I should have made this centerpiece bigger. Added an extra strip is what I should have done, or made these, used less loops on these, which I think I said I had 7 on each side. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I'm pretty sure she probably gave measurements. Just once again, you know, they're only good if you're paying attention. Yeah, that's glued down. So anyway, I might just put a little bit more glue in there and pinch that top closed too. And maybe that will help it kind of help its appearance a little bit. And I don't think I need to do it so much on that end. So let me know what you think. This was 22. Did I say 22? I believe that's what I said. So you can definitely play with that a little bit. She shows you with the comb, I showed you with the husking board, but it's essentially the same thing. However, the different sizes will give you a different look altogether. So there we go. This was leaf 22, and tomorrow we'll do 23. We're getting there. By the end of next week we will have it done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me. This is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio, and we are quilling until we get done with this 30 leaves, and I've already found a bunch of flowers I want to try, so we'll be on to those next, and somewhere in here I'll try to get back into the card making. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you all have a happy crafty day.